Hello, people. Welcome to the show. And uh, James is here with me. As you know, he's my partner and good friend.
Hey
And
everyone.
James, how's everything going with you today?
Hey, going really well. How about you?
I cannot complain, but I'll tell you what, there's a lot of interesting things going on with Joey Merlino and now Gene Borrello. And
Okay.
Gene Borrello is taking it to a different area. And this is what and I'm going to explain that to you, James. This is what they do when they can't get you. They go for what's next to you, and
Okay.
I'll explain that. But here, let me put up Joey last night put up this video, and I'm going to explain something to people. People say, "Oh, you use Joey's property." We have permission from Joey himself to use his stuff. If
Right.
Joey asks us not to use it, we will not use it. Okay, it's not like somebody's using his stuff without asking him.
Right.
He's an entertainer. That's what he is. And he wants us, as long as we put his information out there, tag his show, he has no problem with it. So I just want to let that, there's a lot of jealousy going around here,
Yeah.
James. People don't like us, don't like our numbers. I got an idea. If you don't like us, you don't like our numbers, do your show better. Don't worry about this show. With that, James, I'm gonna play this video.
All right.
We're at Rayo's in Harlem, celebrating our Christmas, enjoying the holidays.
With our family and friends having a little Christmas party. We're in Harlem, we're in New York. Best food. We're all over the court. We're here. We can go anywhere. And we just left Howard Beach, and they said, what's his name? Borrello. They said, go back to Howard Beach for Christmas. See if you're welcome. We're welcome anywhere. New York welcomes us with open arms, and we're having a good time. Merry Christmas. It's fucking freezing here. It's cold as balls.
Yes, it is.
But
we're enjoying ourselves.
We're enjoying ourselves. Merry Christmas.
And happy holidays.
God.
Ever been any place that has been as cold as balls? That's a new saying I've heard. Cold as balls. I heard hot as balls, but cold as balls. But kind of funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, Ray House is a very hard restaurant to get into. If you can get into that restaurant, that means you're somebody.
Well, you have to either have a table that you bought, basically rent, or someone that's got a table and they let you have it for the night. Not anyone can do that. I mean, they've been sold out for 30, 40 years. And so a lot of mobsters have, by the way, not saying he's a mobster, but just saying that people in the mob, it was always kind of I guess a badge of honor to have a table there.
And I talked to Angel Gotti about this today, and she said that her sister used to get in, and that there's people that she knows in her family that can get people in. And so, but the gentleman that originally owned that restaurant died, and he was in The Sopranos. He played the detective in The Sopranos that died.
Yep.
So that's his restaurant, And when you think about it, that says a lot. But the fact of the matter is, just to be in that restaurant alone means a lot. Anybody like to eat there? From what I hear, it's a 5-star restaurant.
About the closest I could come to eating there is to buy the Rayo's jar of gravy at the Publix. So,
it's
that's
changed
the way
now, James. Now it's changed. Now you just go knock on the door when they open it up, and you say, "Hey, I'm part of Lee Cole James Proctor podcast. Can I get in?"
Yeah. Let's see if that will work. Well, who knows?
You go to Harlem and see if that works.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've seen that part. So Joey's not pulling no punches. He went in and he mocked Gene, saying that he was in Howard Beach and Gene cannot go back into Howard Beach. And that Gene's going to give a response to that. As a matter of fact, we have his response.
Okay.
And it's just been released. And we're going to play that response right now. He's put up 2 responses. One response I'm not going to put up.
Okay.
Because it's not really nice. It's very bad response.
Okay.
But this response is a little bit cleaner. But here's what they do. When they cannot take you down, they go for what's closest to you to take that down. So now Little Snuff has basically become in the line of fire of Gene Borrello.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to what contracts you have, who you work
Right.
with, or anything. They don't know nothing about you.
Right.
If someone shows that you're up at your house, you own 32 firearms. I mean,
Yeah.
the odds of them leaving your property, and then with that poodle, that nasty poodle that fights coyotes, I mean,
Mhm.
it's even worse. Yeah, it's unfortunate when you see it get to this point
Yes,
because,
it does.
and we've seen it. We've seen so many people get taken apart on here, especially Danny Trio was my partner, and they pulled out everything on me they could. It did not work. So what did they do? They went after Danny Trio.
Mhm.
And they did take Danny Trio apart because Danny Trio had a lot of stuff in his closet. He wasn't telling a lot of truth on stuff.
All right.
And he basically was a fraud when it came to being the things he claimed to be.
Yeah.
What do you got to say to that?
Well, I just think that, one of the things that you have to do is make a decision. If you're going to put yourself out there, you've got to be willing to face whatever blowback there is, whatever, you're not going to know, to what extent people will go to. But like, for example, for me, I don't have any sort of record, I don't, have anything that would be embarrassing or whatever. And so, and, if I did, the best thing to do is just to, you know, eh, you yourself expose it, not let other people expose it. So, it's better to be able to uh, control the message, is what I'm trying to say.
I don't know whose thumbnail this was critiquing Joey Merlino and Little Snuff. That wasn't ours. But the reason I used this is because there are no pictures of Little Snuff online. Merlino.
Really?
Yeah, it's very hard to find any. So he's not really in that algorithm because Joey Merlino is a very powerful name. He's in the algorithm.
Yeah.
Little Snuff you don't really see many places. But you got to Little Snuff. I like to say this to you: when you're next to someone and they're saying powerful stuff, remember you become a target. And I hope that doesn't happen, but that's the reality. You can ask people that are associated with the show. Tommy Stiggs gets attacked more now than he used to because of the fact that he's associated with something. You got a lot of jealous people on here.
Right.
Joey Merlino's show is doing phenomenal. It's the number one show when it comes to when he comes out and does a show on Monday. Nobody touches his numbers, not even close. Francis, nobody that day I'm talking about because they're only on one day a week, and then for 3 days they gain subs and they do a lot of views those first 3 days.
Right.
Okay, so what would you like to say closing this out, basically?
No, I mean, I think with Gene's an entertainer, though. I mean, if I don't know if he's got his own show or he's just doing kind of his. It sounds like he's just kind of throwing stuff out on TikTok or whatever. But it'll be interesting if he, has his own show because we know how he can be. But it's not going to stop. It's going to continue. Gene can't help himself when it comes to that, and so it'll be, I think we'll have more and more of this from him.
Well, see, I remember one thing. I remember when this started, when Dominic Cicali and Gene went at Joey, maybe about 2 months ago. And Joey said, after today, I'm not going to mention their name. See, it's very hard to come on here and get attacked and not mention people's names.
Right.
And that's where Joey is one of these guys, his life was on the line in the streets. But YouTube is kind of unpleasant. People used to get mad at me because I said YouTube has its own streets.
Yeah.
And when you attack people personally, it's more powerful than if you attack them with a baseball bat.
Well, yeah, and if you especially, in that life where respect is, respect and honor is important, even if not the people in that life or people associated do that, dishonorable thing. We know that happens, but the idea of respect and being a man is important. Well, it's important for any of us. So the thing is, it's natural to want to go after someone that's attacking you, especially if it's untrue or if it's unfounded or if it's just, based on whatever. But, I think Joey's smart enough to know that this is, YouTube, that, this is also entertainment, that, people, it's a symbiotic relationship. People benefit each other. Each show gets views. Each show will be able to, because people want to know what's happening. It's the train wreck. People love seeing a train wreck. People love seeing that. I know that with Danny Trio, he was very entertaining, right? I mean, he he would talk about, people coming to what he'd do to people that came up to his driveway and all that. So, I mean, people wanted to see what would be said. And so, there's an audience for that.
Do you think, here's what I fear. My biggest fear is Joey Merlino, whether was a connected guy, he was a boss. Joey Merlino would admit he says he's not in the mob anymore. But here's the thing. Joey Merlino has friends.
Yeah.
If Gene Borrello is in Tampa, Joey Merlino knows that area very well in Florida. He's been there,
Yeah, of course.
I believe he lives in both. So do you think Gene's putting his butt on the line when he's like going after a man like that, where Joey Merlino just might have a friend that won't even tell Joey? They'll just do it on their own.
Yeah, but I don't know if Joey would want to, put himself.
No, I didn't say that. I said
were you
someone will
saying?
do it. I said that
on his behalf. Yeah,
someone will do it. They won't even talk to Joey about it. They'll just do it.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying. Well, I mean, we've seen it happen. Here on YouTube. People getting, attacked. So yeah, I mean, it could happen. Is it likely? I don't know. I don't know.
I talked to Angel Gotti about this, and I said to Angel, Angel, did you ever? I said, I know that you would never ask anybody to hurt nobody, but I said, I always thought that maybe somebody that was a fan of your father's and seen people attacking you and they've had enough of it, they would do stuff. And Angel said, yes, that was Angel wouldn't talk to her family about being attacked on here because she knew it could lead to something ugly. A family member, someone, a fan of their father, someone that loved John Gotti. It could some creepy guy online that wants to pretend he's John Gotti's friend. It could happen that easy. I don't understand. This is an area where they're playing right now, and you're playing with very people that used to be very powerful. And when you start doing that, I think it becomes a whole other scary game.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely does. I mean, I don't. What's the line, right? I think everyone has a line, and so if you, you start going after, a person's family, wives, children, that's crossing the line. And, a lot of people are willing to accept getting personally, verbally attacked. But, once you start bringing in your wife, your friend, I mean, your daughters, your sons, then it goes to another level,
And I'm going to replay this Gene one just so people understand what he said. Okay.
Joey, I see you standing in front of rails. Wow, so cool, so tough. I told you when you come to Tampa to contact me or to let it be known where you're going. That's it. And I told you, I'll come hang out. And, we'll chill and we'll see what's up. But I'll tell you one thing. You got little old Snuff in a real bad predicament. Okay, because you got him feeling real safe. Oh, boy, he has no idea what he's getting himself into. All right, you little midget? Like I said, I don't need to respond. I don't do any response. I'm just going to let you know.